Hi, I'm Dian Sastrowardoyo, and I'm representing two movies this year. I'm representing Fox King and Mothernet.
Okay, first thing first, after watching the Fox King, the main question I have, is your character flirting with the young brother? Is there something erotic there, let's say?
I think it has a lot to do with the interpretation of the point of view, because the story, when we follow the story, we are following the point of view of the main character, which is the boy. And I think he also has a lot of distorted version of the reality, because he has his own imagination version of the teacher, Miss Lara. But we are very unfortunate because Miss Lara also have a very distorted version of reality, because she is suffering with dissociation syndrome. So he has a borderline personality disorder. So as an actor, it gives me so much freedom in playing Miss Lara character, because I have the freedom to not having any continuity in emotions, because every time she goes into a scene, she has a different mood and then she forgot all about it, and it's so fun. And I mean, it's very liberating. We don't have that much opportunity to be as free as that as an actor in a project.
But was it difficult for you, because essentially it's like you're playing two roles, the teacher and the woman are two completely different people?
Yes, it's like playing the teacher, because she has a split personality. In class, she's like authoritative, but in a borderline dominatrix kind of like aura sense. And then like outside, she's like this free little girl that just wants to explore the plants, and just have fun, learn to play bicycle. And somehow she doesn't look as senior compared to the boys. I mean, the boys can see her like just another girl. So that's actually really interesting, because it's like having split personality. I was very inspired with the movie Malena.
Okay.
How these boys have their own version of this lady, but I have a very unique one, because she's also teaching this boy. So in class, suddenly she's like playing a role where she's so much in power, so much in control, but at the same time also abuse that power and control, giving out the answers for the exam, and then like punishing those borderline physical abuse for those students. I mean, I think she's really having a lot of fun in playing that role she's playing inside her head. So that's really liberating.
But do you like her as a character? Let's say you met her in real life. Would you be friends with her?
I would think she's an antique person. I think I would have fun with her. I think I would go to get drinks with her and like really go on a road trip and an adventure with her. But I don't know if I want to work with her.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay. And how was it working with Wu Minjing? How was your collaboration?
Oh, Minjing, MJ, he's really good. I really fell in love with the script the first time I read it. I finished the script in like less than an hour. So it was such a page turner. And the script was such a moving script that I could really cry and felt for the boys and the longing of connection for this little boy that is like taken away from the mom, taken away from the father. And I can really relate with that. And I'm so much in awe with the sensitivity that Ming Jin is putting into the script, and how he and his brother is also twins, and how this whole project was actually kind of like sort of like a love letter for him to the twin brother, and how he describes that so beautifully. And I just fall in love with the whole story. And then I fall in love with the character Lara. I just want to be a part of this project. Yeah.
And is it different shooting in Indonesia and Malaysia?
It's different, but Ming Jin always communicates with me in English. What's interesting is we have very little time to prepare. So we only had like two opportunities to do a reading, and it's being done online. So we had a Zoom with Ming Jin and with the boys, and we kind of like run through the script, but we also basically discuss about how does it feel, but Ming Jin had so much trust to us, to me at least, so he briefed me, but I kind of get it from the script from the get-go that he doesn't really need to explain too much. And I was offering my version of the character on set, and he likes it instantly. it's actually like, oh, this is so much fun. I didn't expect that she's gonna be this crazy, but this is so much fun. And like, and I had fun. So I also like want to be more free. And then throughout the days of the weeks I shoot as Miss Lara, we basically just experiment on set, and it was so much fun and so much trust. I felt so liberated as an actor, as a creator. Yeah.
And the way her story progresses, like particularly the end, would you say it's something of like crime and punishment? What happens, like how she treats the people in the classroom and what happens to her at the end is like crime and punishment, you think, or no?
I haven't thought about it that way. I really thought she has a very twisted version of the classroom. I think it also has a lot to do with her own disagreement with the education system, about how people are being measured with the same standard, and how she herself also values kids that wanted to learn more and learn books, even though it may not be in their curriculum. But if like one boy or one girl wants to borrow books, you get everything. I will give you every book, because sometimes learning should be it should be free. Learning should be free. A person needs to engage on their creativity, and it should not be confined in such a standardized system, you know. And I think she was able to see the students in ways that the students cannot even see themselves. You know, I sense this sensitivity in her. She notices it. You know, I love the scene where she's like distributing the test result, and then everybody was called to be in front, and then everybody needs to wait. What grade do I get? And then like when it's not good, and then she threw it on them. Like, it's just so theatrical. And why would she wait until those kids be in front, and then like, and then for the ones that got really good grades, she would flip into like, you know, I think I'm so proud of you. You know, I love that. I love that about her. Like, she's also crazy, and I love that about her.
And how was it working with the boys?
The boys were really great actors. They are really cool. Idan has this very delicate sensitivity and very layered, very detailed, intricate details in the level of acting. And it's really good because, you know, for somebody that has been working with a lot of TV projects since very young age, sometimes you're shaped into this certain way of delivery in acting that usually is not very subtle. But Mingjin and him really did a good job in delivering this character, and I think this is very good. I think the subtlety gives the opportunity for the viewers to really relate more deeply in the character's emotion.
And in general now, like you are now like a seasoned actress, so do you always offer your perspective about how your character is supposed to be, or do you usually just do what the director says?
I usually discuss with the director, and I usually propose my version of the character, and usually I would ask for the feedback. What do you think about this? Do you think it's too bold? Do you think it should be more subtle, or do you think it was so subtle? What is your version of the character? And usually it's an ongoing discussion of their version of the character and my version of the character, and how we create together in creating this, you know, this amalgamation of our ideas, and then create it into the performance we want.
Do you fight sometimes with the directors?
I don't fight. I do have sometimes disagreements, but I always think that the director has the final say, because I always believe in the leadership of the director. He's the only one. He's the chef. You know, he's the chef in the chemistry of making this whole movie, and I always trust the final decision, and it's on the chef. For an example, I used to work with Camila Andini in a Cigarette Girl, and I had my own version of Cigarette Girl, and then she had a very distinct, very detailed version that she had imagined. And then, although I don't know, I don't have any idea or any feeling about that version of hers, but you know what? Let me try, in another take, and then when I just follow what he wants, I kind of like met this new version, which is actually even cooler. And after we see the whole project, and Gracia has been very different from the rest of the character, it separates her with the whole, it separates the whole community. So I really like that contrast, and I think those kind of contrast is only able to be seen by the director. Sometimes we actor only focus on our character, that the chef can see on an overall point of view, and they're the one who have to make a creative decision making and to determine what kind of project this will look like and will be. So I trust them. I always follow the director.
Okay. And which was, let's say, the most difficult scene to shoot in the film? And also if you have like a favorite scene.
In Fox King,
Yes.
the swimming scene. I'm not a professional swimmer, but I can swim. I swim with my family and my kids. But here I swim in the ocean and with no goggles on. And you know how ocean water is like really, really, it gives you teary eyes, really hurts your eyes. And I have to like open my eyes inside because I need to switch position with the professional synchronic swimmer. So she goes in, I go out. So sometimes we hit each other inside the water, like boom, and it's like really hard because sometimes we cannot see. The visibility is really bad. So that was really challenging. So it was a lot of fun on the beach that day. A lot of swimming.
And favorite scene, the one with the tearing, or is it another one?
The favorite scene was actually the punishment scene.
Okay.
The one that so both of you not telling, which one of you are the ones who put the mirror inside the floor. So warm, it's like fire or something, like api or kayu, right? So it's like when it's fire, she started lighting the lighter very long, and then she's really like do, and then like the boy is like, and then like, she's like really enjoying. I love that.
Okay.
I love that. And actually, there was a really, really fun because the other guy, the other boy, she punished him with hitting the long wooden stick, right? He needs to count. He needs to count 1, and then I hit 2. I hit. So 10 hits, and then on the count 3, we don't see this in the movie. It was being taken, but we don't edit it into the beginning. And then 3, I really took my time, and when he least expected it, boom! And it was like really fun. Oh my god, this timing thing is like really agonizing him.
It's a bit weird. You enjoyed that so much, Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So it was really fun. And nobody was harmed. I think the actor was like still really cool about it, but I never experienced the position of being somebody dominating with punishment like that. And it was like, wow, this is a new thing for me, even for me to experience that. I have only experienced it in that character. Mm-hmm. So wow, it is fun.
Okay. And after watching the film, how do you feel? Like, let's say, your performance, how would you evaluate it?
I was really surprised that the performance looked really good on camera. And when it's being stitched up, edited as a whole movie, I was surprised that Miss Lara had a really big spotlight on her, and it really sets a tone for the whole movie. It's really good. I mean, I really thought it was mainly about the boys, and Miss Lara is just a little tiny part of their life, but it was being spread out throughout, and it's really refreshing, and it gives a really nice tone to it. So I'm so thankful I got to play in this movie. I thought I was just going to be like a very small background in their life, but yeah, I'm so glad I'm part of it.
Mm-hmm. And the film screened in Toronto, Busan, now it's in Indonesia. Are the audience different in how they evaluate the film, let's say?
I'm very curious about how they're going to receive the film here in Indonesia, because in Toronto they love it. In Busan, the programmers love it. It's like one of their favorite movie. I'm so thankful. So I'm very curious what's the reaction's gonna be here, because they have a different culture, but it's also very near with Malaysian culture. I'm also very curious how the Malaysian viewers are gonna view it later on.
Are you nervous for these things still with the audience?
No, actually I'm not. I had so much fun. I delivered it. You guys enjoy it,
Okay. And tell me a bit about Mothernet. How come you ended up playing in that film?
Yes. I'm involved in Mothernet, actually also becoming the producer, the co-producer, the co-creative producer since a very early version of the movie, since the development. It was going to be produced in before the pandemic in 1920 or something like that, but then we get to do it now. And then we try to find like who's going to play the mother, who's going to play the father, who's going to play, and then like, okay, it falls on me. Okay, so I need to deliver as a mother too. Okay, so at the time I was playing as an actor and contemplate on my own relationship with my son, which is on a similar age with the son character. I also was having the challenges as a producer in fundraising. I was like, meeting some potential investors, educating them about the movie and the recoupment plan, and are we gonna get it? The target is still here, and we're still here. I was like torn between two focus in being an actor and becoming the producer. It's another challenge altogether. I'm so thankful that the main character was the boy, the son, because with that level of focus, I would never be able to do two roles, becoming a producer. And I'm so thankful I'm a supporting actress that gets to sleep for the rest of the movie. But if I would ever do a main role in a very strong drama project, I would never have the guts to also take the role of a producer, because producing, it's also a lot of work to do.
Mm-hmm. But do you think that your character dies a bit too soon in the movie?
Yes,
did you want to play a bit more? Yeah.
I actually did think that way too, but I really agree with the movie, because the movie is trying to say something, which is shit does happen, in this life, and sometimes people die and just like that. Sometimes with no reasons that is making any sense. Sometimes people just collapse, having a heart attack. Shit does happen in life, and when it does, what are you gonna do about it? How is your relationship that is still existing? Was it a strong one? Between the father and the son. Was it a good relationship to begin with? Could it be even better? That makes us also really think. We had a focus group discussion about this movie, and a lot of people from that FGD thinks more about how are their relationship with their son. Well, am I a good father? Oh my God, this country is such a fatherless country, because they kind of like leave all the wishy-washy feeling of the family, leave to the mom. The caretaking, the emotional stability is being burdened to the mom. It's not even, the father should not care less, The father could just care about breadwinning and finding money for the family, but never really be there emotionally, psychologically. But actually, this movie gives the opportunity for us to think about it more. Should it only be left to the mom? Shouldn't it be shared by the father also? This is really interesting discussion. I'm so glad that I'm involved in the project that leaves people discussing more about family, about AI, about human connection, and about fatherhood, about motherhood, about how a family dynamic should be.
Mm-hmm. And how was working with the director, Wee Ding Ho?
Wee Ding Ho is really good. He comes from Malaysia, but he lives in Bangkok, and he communicates in English. He has a lot of help from the AD, the first AD, which did a pretty good job in translating his instruction and how he should communicate with the whole HODs. The really interesting thing is, Wee Ding is not used to working with a big group of crews. The shooting in Indonesia, you have like hundreds of crew hanging around, maybe chatting, snacking while we're working. He's so not used to that. He's like working, and he's very used to in a very small crew. So this is a lot to adjust. He sometimes asks like, can you guys like hang out like in a further radius? I cannot think because like so many people around. So sometimes we need to help him to focus and everything. So that's really good.
Mm-hmm. And did you enjoy producing though? Do you think to do it more in the future?
I am doing it more. So I have been producing 3-4 movies already, and being here in Job Market gives me the opportunity to shop around for the upcoming future projects. Mm-hmm. And we need to do that because we need to decide what are the projects that we want to adopt and co-produce, and then help them finding funding from the investors. And we need to really choose the projects that we really believe in, artistically and also politically sometimes, and even economically. It should be a very promising project, even for the investors, that we can defend the projects.
So you are very famous in Indonesia. So does it help when you are searching for funds that you are involved, let's say?
It does help, but sometimes not all of the projects that I produce have me in it. So sometimes I only produce, but the actor is like my fellows, my friends, And sometimes I need to do a lot of convincing and really doing the work of being a producer to really convince the investor that why I think this movie is going to work, why I think this movie is very important and should be made and should be distributed in this country, because the messages needs to be delivered, something like that.
And how was working with Ringo?
Ringo is a very fun guy to be around. He's a very good friend. He loves to eat. He knows that I like to eat. And Chimot and I and Ringo had made a very good friendship. We hang out a lot. We feel like a family. We eat and we share food. It's really good. It's really positive. Everybody's just really friendly and really warm.
Okay. And tell me a bit in general, right now, what are you looking for in the roles you play? Is there something that makes you?
I'm still looking for what kind of roles should I play next, because I have been given a lot of opportunities last year. Now I'm thinking of, okay, should I go commercial? Maybe I should balance the commercial work and then one art house work. And if I go to art house, should I go like mysterious? Should I go action? Should I be a villain? Should I be like the hero? I'm still looking for collaborations. Actually, I just today we're going to announce my latest project that is not going to be out now. It's going to be out next year. Me only becoming an actor. Actually, maybe thinking about also co-producing and chip in. But it was a really interesting role because it's going to be an activist.
Okay.
So it's a really different. I play a younger role, and I play somebody that was fighting for something she really believes in, like the cause that she's fighting. She's a freedom fighter, stuff like that.
And how was the experience of working in The Night Comes for Us, which is, I feel, a different film than what you usually play,
I am so grateful I got the break in my action genre in that film. I mean, it took a lot of convincing from me that used to do a lot of drama. I had so many coffees with the Mo brothers when they were thinking of, come on, you gotta let me audition. I know you guys may not think of me when you're thinking about this role, but you know what? Can I just do an audition instead? If it doesn't work, it's okay. Just let me try. Okay, but you're a mom. like, how come you can pull this up? Just let me try. And then I did the audition with the Wise team, because they're the one who's doing the audition, because the audition is based how good you are in memorizing the choreography and the action, because it's really action heavy. And I did it. I got bruised. I was training with the Wise team. I got sprained ankles too many times. I was the oldest one, whatever. So I did all that. It was a lot of fun, and I'm so thankful that I got the part. A small part, but it's there. And I think it's a really cool movie with a lot of really cool characters. I'm just glad I have an action portfolio. I would love to have another opportunity in an action, maybe a leading role, maybe a second leading role in an action movie. I would gladly do that. But yeah, wish me luck.
So playing the villain is okay?
Playing the villain was so much fun, with a very unique aspect in her character. She's going out with a co-villain, which is played by Hana, and it was not speaking any Indonesian language, not speaking any English language. All the dialogues were being delivered in Hokkien, Hong Kong style Mandarin. It's not even. Is it a Mandarin? Is it either way? It was one of either one. Yeah.
Okay.
And I had Sunny Pang to coach me how to deliver the dialect. 因为我教他婊子嘛, it's like really fun to do it. I don't even know what it means. Well, I only remember what it means on the script, and I had really little dialogues, but I really think it's really cool.
So this year, Ranga and Cinta was re-released. So how do you feel watching that film after?
I think that movie really brings back. It's like a resurrection of an old story, and it's the newer version. I'm so glad that these kids are doing a really good job in making it a musical version of the story. I really hope that the script had more different aspect to it, because people like almost everybody watched the old version. I was thinking of maybe there are more scenes that were not being told in the first version, but I think they really do a fantastic job, and I really think they had their own version of Ranga and Cinta, and I'm so proud of them.
Okay, so difficult question. As the years pass, in the past you used to play like the romantic interest, the girlfriend, and now you're starting to play the mother.
Yeah.
Sometimes. Is the transition difficult?
It's difficult and easy at the same time, because right now I am a mother and my kids are teenagers. I think I'm settling more into this version of not becoming the love interest in the story. So when it's still need to be the love interest of the story, I'm so thankful, so flattered, but also at the same time, oh my God, I'm a mom of two teenagers, and sometimes it's really difficult. And there's not so many stories that uplift the romantic relationship between like very adult, very, very senior people. I'm in my 40s, and I really want to embrace the new roles and version that is really according to my age and my role, and I just want to embrace it. I think I age with the viewers. I started really young since I was in high school, in college, and now I'm a mom. So I really want to grow together with the viewers.
And have your children watched your movies?
Yes, they did.
What do they think?
They watch my old movies, Ada Peringan Cinta, the old version. They think, oh, Mom, you're actually cool. They're like, don't you know I'm like the coolest girl when I was young? I'm so proud of you, Bunda. I'm so proud of you. Okay. And they've been becoming my second opinion in when I'm producing. Sometimes you get to review the first cut, second cut of the editing version, right? So I need sometimes to watch it on a screener at home. Sometimes I invite them to watch with me. Do you think this scene works? So I'm kind of like involving them in the decision making and as a creative producer. And my daughter really loves movies, and she loves learning about script writing and how a movie works and not working. So she gives me like really, I don't think this is too fast, Bunda. I think you should hold this scene like longer to make the emotional sets in first. Oh, okay, I'll take notes.
Okay.
That is fun.
And what do you think of the Indonesian movie industry at the moment?
At the moment, oh my God, we are so overwhelmed with the number of Indonesian films that are queuing to be aired, to be released in the theater. It's like so many, hundreds. And I was beginning my career at the time where the occupation of the Hollywood films and basically the imported films are like 90%, and Indonesian films were only 1, 2, or maybe sometimes 2, sometimes 5. This is like more Indonesian films than an imported film. So we are truly embracing this progress, and how the industry is being dominated by Indonesian film, and the viewers want to watch Indonesian movie more. But at the same time, it's also a question of how are we going to uphold the quality and keep on improving the quality, because sometimes it's not all about quantity, is it? It's about how the messages are being sent. How are we inducing these discussions that we should be having? How movies should be a reflection of how the society thinks, and how the movie industry can also become a mirror of how the society thinks about themselves and their identity.
And what do you think about job market, since we are here?
Yes, I love job market because every year we get to see here, and then sometimes as a producer you need to go to different offices of production houses and directors, and job market you don't need to do that. You just be here for a week and you meet everybody, and basically you did all the meetings. So this last few days I was having meetings from early morning until very late at night, and it's like, oh my God, it's like in one day I heard 12 different story pitches that I need to go back to my hotel and like really wrote, okay, which one is this one? Okay. Like, otherwise, you just get lost because there's so many different opportunities, and it's all here. You get to meet them here, and this is a very good opportunity to just listen to everything and then like really absorb and filter which one is it that's going to be your investment and which one is it that you're going to be involved in, you know.
Okay. And is there a director in general that you would like to work with and you haven't so far, even not Indonesian even?
I'm actually very interested in, maybe I hope I have the opportunity to work with director Park Ki-young,
Really?
which is a really senior director that is just gonna go back to shooting because he was the one who basically founded CAFA in Korea. I would love to even learn at CAFA. I mean, I'm an actor that is still learning how to write and becoming a director myself. And I was so inspired by my fellow actor friend Reza Rahadian that just released his first feature film and won so many international acknowledgement in Pangpu and Busan, and I should do that. I've been writing and doing short films even before he did, and now I'm like, okay, what are you doing all this time, Dian? Like, don't you need to sit down and start writing your first full feature? So I can't wait to start watching all the movies in JAF, because usually coming home from any film festivals, you get to be inspired and want to go back writing and you have a more idea of what you want to make in your own feature film.
Mm-hmm. And the last question, tell me a bit about your future projects in general. Producing, directing, acting, what are you doing?
I don't know if I can share much already. I'm going to announce my future projects as an actor and a film called Laut Bercerita. It's a film about the activism in 1998. There's a lot of human rights being being violated at the Suharto regime, and we are talking about how a family is longing when the son didn't come home, and basically the son and his friends are being abducted, and I am one of his friends, and we're actually trying to discuss about the things that are not being discussed in this country. So hopefully the society is gonna receive the film well. Mm-hmm. So that's gonna come up. And about the producing, I cannot tell you yet. So yeah, I'm still excited and still figuring out which project I'm gonna be a part of.
And directing, are you planning to have something like that soon?
Yes, directing. I'm forcing myself to go back and writing because I really want to release my full feature film. So I think give me 1 year in writing, and then I'm gonna start directing my first feature.
Okay. You're busy.
Yes. Thank you so much. I think I need to go. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you.